Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Campfire Society Podcast. Today we have a very special episode for you guys.
Special.
First of all, we had to address an elephant in the room. This guy right here, Matt, uploaded a new episode of The Island Strikes Back, and we gotta talk about it. We're gonna discuss this. Yes, you.
Man, we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about the episode, and it was a doozy.
Yeah, I thought this episode was interesting, to say the least. The first thing I will say is, I wouldn't say it was a ball, something out of the ballpark like last episode, but you know, it was still solid. There's nothing wrong with it.
Like, really good episode. I don't think I'd put it in my top 5, if I'm being perfectly honest, but
You know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't.
no, like I said, really good episode. I'm not just gonna.
Yeah, it was just following up the last episode. You know, you gotta have. It was gonna be hard to live up to it, and it. Yeah. Because that last episode was fantastic, and this one was just a pretty good episode. I mean that it just happens. They're not gonna all be the best episode of the series. There can only be one of those, or just a few of those.
As much as we'd like that to be the case.
Yes.
We kind of needed like a slower episode to get up, because I'm still getting over the emotional trauma. Of things leaving
and it's
my
always
girls
good to
team.
get grounded again, or like grounded back into the groove of things. You don't have to have an exciting, a big, huge episode every episode. You can have a simpler and quieter episode, so the series feels a little more, I don't know, a little more genuine.
Right. Because it's like we talked about in our cliches videos. Like, if you do something big and showy every single episode, then it just doesn't become special anymore.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
just gets a little outrageous.
I guess hold on, I'm gonna skim through it just to kind of talk about the major events.
Yes. The major events, which, I mean, I will say this, we did learn a lot about the contestants this episode.
Yes, we did.
Like, almost every contestant, the only one who didn't have a truth or two truths or a lie was Evie, but Evie's gotten a lot of screen time. That's excusable. But everyone else has led interesting lives. I'll say that, and has raised some interesting questions.
Who would you say had the most fact?
The most interesting fact. This isn't one of the more exciting ones, but this was just one that caught me off guard, that I was surprised at. Just you throwing that in there, like Ninjask writing a children's book or something.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know that had nothing to do with the story, but I was like, really? Huh? Like, who knew? I thought that was interesting, but of course, there were the bigger ones that caught my attention, with Mime Jr. and Gibble and
Oh yeah.
and Carablast.
It is hot. Okay, let's talk about something I was a fan of in this episode. I want to just say that. One thing. I'm sorry if I'm interrupted.
There you go. Go ahead.
Let's talk about Quillfish in this episode.
Go for it.
It is I.
It is I, Quillfish.
Oh man, what? I don't know who that is.
He's an evil god.
He is, and I'll be honest here, Quillfish, I love him. You know I do. Hilarious guy, but he was starting to get on my nerves this episode, just a little bit. Like,
Oh no, I thought it was great. Everything with him in this scene.
it was funny, but there were a couple times I'm just like, dude, shut up. Quit
And-
make this worse.
And you, sir, have officially gotten the point.
I mean, he keeps guessing himself, even though he already went. I will say him burning 3 times was quite
Entertaining.
Enjoyable.
I'm surprised we didn't get a little more. We didn't get more Druddigan in this episode. He was pretty quiet this episode.
Did we dread the dud?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, like Druddigan himself was very quiet. A lot of other
Yeah,
characters are pretty quiet.
I was in a spot where like he wasn't really gonna have a whole lot to do in the challenge, so
Yeah, because he doesn't
was
really give a
kind
shit.
of a casualty of that.
Yeah. We got a little more out of Squirtle today, this episode. Some more out of Mime Jr. We learned a couple things about Mime Jr.
That really surprised me.
Yeah.
I mean, they said, because when that was revealed to be true, that her family's worth a lot of money, I was like, wait, are we just going to overlook that? Are we just going to ignore that fact? And then the ending came, which we'll get to the ending in a second, but that made up for it. Like,
Yes.
It's nice to know that people caught wind of that.
Yeah.
And Mime Jr. might be getting some interesting plot points very soon.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case. I mean, that definitely would put a target on her back, just simply because, why does she need this money? Why is she even here? And that's, that's actually a thing in Survivor. I don't know if you already knew this, Matt, but, you get targeted if people recognize you and you're like a famous, or if you are at least a B-lister or something, or like just, someone famous.
Or if you just have a lot of money, then you're
Yeah.
in big trouble.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
You'll get targeted immediately.
Yeah,
Like,
that puts a huge target on your back.
especially a former winner, when they come back, it's like, they already won this game. They have the $1 million. They don't need this money. It's our game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's a little more understandable just from the fact that they won. But, let's see, who else had a big role in this episode? I mean, we gotta address,
Clefairy. Oh, well, yeah.
We'll go with Clefairy first, because Clefairy shocked me
Yeah. She actually did something this episode. Woo.
beyond belief. Like,
I was honestly, when I finished editing, exporting, and then I uploaded it when the premiere was going on, I was waiting for all the comments. Oh my god, I remember now the Clefairy exists. Oh my god.
I mean, Clefairy had plot. Mime Jr. had plot. The only Pokemon I'm still waiting to see at least a little bit from is Amora. Because
Yeah.
Amora has done nothing. I'm sorry.
I've
That's
noticed
okay.
that too.
Get ready.
Get ready.
That's okay.
Get ready.
Okay.
They can't all be in the center of attention every episode. So I mean,
That's
Right, I know.
and if I may interject for 1 second, that what you just said, Bayo, that's exactly my thought process. Is not every character can have a super huge role in every single episode.
I mean, not until it
especially-
gets down to like 12 or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like at merge, okay, that's when you would expect that. But in this episode there was still 5 people left. So
Right.
obviously not everyone's gonna have a super huge role in every episode, and not every storyline or plot line is already going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like some people are still kind of in the mid card for right now until they kind of get their opportunity to be part of a bigger storyline.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
I guess. Oh, Meowstic. I mean, still had a pretty big role. We also had Gibble. Well, let's talk about Gibble since you did mention Gibble.
So, Gibble, he's hiding something. I smell a tragic backstory.
Or some sort of PTSD or
That's-
traumatic.
That's gonna be like my
event.
new catchphrase. I smell a tragic backstory. I'm gonna trademark that soon. But Gibble, I mean, what was the thing again? It's like there's a reason he's so extreme, or a reason he's.
yeah, it was something like an event of his past made him so.
And he doesn't want to remember it per se.
Maybe there was a near-death experience. Although I feel like that would make it so that you would not
Yeah.
be so.
You'd think that would make the opposite effect.
Right.
But maybe it's like live life to the fullest. Maybe like he lost someone close to him. I think that's it. I think I might have figured it out.
Yeah, possibly.
I will neither confirm nor deny anything.
All right,
you
that's
should.
that's fair. That's fair.
But
It's,
I do know when it will be revealed. I won't tell you, but I know.
is it at least soon?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I
is
mean, I would expect since you just brought it up this episode, I would expect it to be resolved within the next
Yeah.
3 or 4 episodes.
Or the episode after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gibble isn't going to be sitting on the roof eating saltine cherry pie for the
Yeah.
next.
Cherry pie.
I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't
love
expect
that
it.
joke. With the cherry
also-
pie, that was perfect.
Um.
And also that tweet you sent made sense of like, oh god, did Gibble jump off the roof?
Yeah. the out of context sneak peek. That's why I think in terms of like the sneak peek game, I kind of have an advantage over everyone because I have the text boxes, so I can have like those super like out of context, out of nowhere quotes.
I know that's something I wish I could do, but I kind of have to get the whole episode edited first before I can do that. Plus, I mean, even if it was a tiny clip, it'd be kind of a lot of work just to upload it to Twitter.
Yeah.
I might do quotes, but I don't know. Anyway, so I really think that's my prediction with Gibble, and I think it's going to help bring him and Fanpy closer together.
Yes.
I ship it.
We shall see.
Oh, we know. Well, I saw that one coming. I see that one coming a mile away. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. Seeing it coming. I mean, that's the whole point. You're supposed to see it coming. You know, you're supposed to watch it grow and unfold.
As opposed to just
Oh, it comes out of fucking nowhere.
episodes 1 through episode 11.
Oh my god, I love
I'm so passionate for you, baby.
it. I know I know the first time we talked was literally 30 minutes ago, but I have not been able to stop thinking about you. I am
Absolutely.
easy for you.
It turns into an episode of Pokemon.
Oh yes, that should be. If you don't make that a thing in Pokemon, I will have problems. Wait, oh, yeah, well, yeah, that is true.
That is true. That is very, very true.
Well, I meant like in episode like 7 or 8, like just out of nowhere. That's what I'm talking about specifically.
Like two characters that
That have never interacted.
Like if all of a sudden, I don't know, like Magmar and Frostlass, all of a sudden something happened with them. Although that's already been done with Nikki's show.
You mean my final 2?
Damn.
My confirmed canon final 2.
Although I actually will be honest, I did toy with the idea of making Magmar and Frostlass a couple, but I'm not doing that. That's not happening.
Yeah, I don't think those characters are in any way aligned in terms of interactions whatsoever.
Yeah,
Frostlass already has
way earlier.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, other than the little things like, oh, hi, Magby, or some shit. I don't fucking know. Hi.
They've never actually spoken to each other. Anyway, I do want to go back to Mime Jr. for a second, because I do want to touch upon her relationship with Pikachu.
Yes.
Which I keep forgetting that those two knew each other.
I thought it was Pikachu and Clefairy, but then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's Pikachu and Mime Jr. We also learned
Clefairy and Mime Jr. a while ago.
I think we learned the most about Pikachu this episode.
Oh, absolutely. And it wasn't until I saw Telly's comments, because I totally forgot Pikachu, like they were like, hey man, want some beer? And he's like, no, I don't. And he's
Yup.
Like, oh my god, I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is
It all makes sense.
That is some foreshadowing.
Dropping hits, boys.
That too, but that's really good. That is really, really good.
I remember when I came up with that little interaction, I was like, so perfect, yes.
Type it in.
Yeah. So, I think that makes perfect sense, and it adds to Pikachu a little bit. I think he's.
I feel for him because he hasn't seen his baby brother in a while.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. My question is now. The big question is, what's the deal with Mimikyu?
Oh yeah.
What if Mimikyu has something to do with it, or like something to do within his little backstory thing? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I do think Mimikyu is. I still think Mimikyu's the one who stole the Dreamcatcher. It's a weird guess, even though he has no interactions with Ninjask. But I feel like it's gonna be someone we don't expect at all. So
It
that
is.
rules out all the villains. And
I will confirm that it is someone that no one is going to guess.
oh boy. So now I'm not thinking. Now I don't know if it's Mimikyu. Oh.
I mean, well, I'm not completely saying that you're wrong because that is something that not many people guess, but
Okay.
it is definitely somebody that no one guessed.
Let me ask you this: will that be resolved soon, or can you not say?
Soon? Let me see. What I will say is that it gets resolved. It gets resolved in a little while.
In a while.
Because there's, I don't want to say a lot of episodes because it's not a lot of episodes in the grand, but it's not like 2 or 3 episodes. So
Okay,
it's in kind of that like that mid area. But a lot of things are going to happen before that happens.
I think that's also safe to say because considering Ninjask, I don't think he's going anywhere in the next few episodes. So
I hope not. I like Ninjask, not just as a Pokemon in general. I just like his character.
I think he's fine.
There's gonna be a lot of escalation, Nightmare Ankle, in the next few episodes. That's what I can say.
Okay.
And then, what everyone wants is finally going to happen, and then everyone shut up. My comments about it because Amora is gonna do.
Is it gonna be something about eggs?
Did Amora steal the Dreamcatcher?
What'd you say?
Did Amora steal the Dreamcatcher?
I will not confirm or deny anything.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then,
but then nobody will be able to say, "Oh my God, I just remembered that Amora exists."
I do want to interject one more time because I want to go back to Pikachu and Mime Jr. just for a second because there was something Pikachu said that I remember where he's talking about it and he's like, money can buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you what's really
class.
Important. Which, okay, I don't like spoiling stuff about Abandoned, especially this late in the game. But I will just say this: that a similar topic will be addressed.
Okay.
In a few episodes.
Is it about somebody winning the money, or is it about somebody? I think. Is that?
I will not confirm nor deny anything.
Okay.
I will say that talk is happening very, very soon.
Right.
And it plays into something else. But that's it. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I think it was too much. But anyway, so is there anything else? I mean, I do want to actually, I don't know. I think that might be it, but if you guys think of something else, we can... Oh, yeah.
The elimination.
Of course.
I guess this is what most people are calling the weakest part of the episode, and I would kind of agree to that, but, like, Carablast kind of had this coming. I didn't expect Carablast to last too much longer.
Yep.
Because I knew...
Because a little more.
Yeah, but Smeargle I knew was going to be the one that lasted the longer of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I will say it was kind of obvious that he was going. It wasn't even close how obvious it was.
Yeah, nobody else had a justifiable reason.
I mean, maybe Quillfish, but I knew you weren't going to get rid of Quillfish just yet.
The only other person, at least from the party train, that was like, well, obviously because he got votes, who was in danger was Patrat.
Right, I saw that, and even then I'm like...
But Patrat didn't even do anything bad.
The only bad thing he did, and I'll spoil who voted for who a little bit. The only bad thing he did was he got Skiddo's question wrong, so Skiddo used both of his votes on Patrat.
That makes sense. I can understand. That's kind of like when, like you burn me, I burn you in a way. That's like when Metatype was like, I'm voting for Fennekin, basically because she hurt me.
Also, yeah, exactly.
Also,
that episode was done. I'm like, that is so stupid. Why did I do
that? But also keep in mind that Gibble didn't vote, so.
Yeah, because I was trying to add the votes in my head. I'm like, how come there's 11? How come there's like 12 votes? I thought there was. And I'm like, oh wait, right. He didn't.
And one more thing. How did fuck? What was I gonna say? Carablast has been in the bottom 3 like every freaking time the party train goes to tribal. Every time that they go to tribal, like Carablast is in the bottom.
I mean,
Nobody likes him.
People just hated him.
Carabas is an off-putting guy. I mean, he steals stuff. I mean, he didn't steal the Dreamcatcher. Doesn't seem like.
He's a thief. He's not a liar.
Yeah. I mean, I still remember the good old days of him showing up like, "Is this your wallet?" like he would make a really good magician. But
Yeah. He was a solid character. Nothing. I mean, he was one note, but I mean,
I really wanted him to do a little more. But I'm
that's
happy.
okay.
He pretty much served his purpose though.
He
Yeah.
did.
Because I knew I wanted to have him around, obviously for the Roselia angle, and then yeah, I mean,
He didn't last too much longer in Rose. I think he lasted maybe 3 or 4 episodes longer.
yeah, exactly. So it was like, am I supposed to completely flesh out his character in the next like 4 episodes? Because
Right.
like I only really wanna I guess I would say I only really want to invest in either him or Smeargle, and between the two of them I was like, I like Smeargle more.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that
That-
might cover everything. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that wraps up our discussion about the new episode at hand, episode 12, it's The Scalding Truth.
Hell, look forward to episode 13 titled Shark Bait before the end of August.
Oh, that's right. I forgot because of that end picture of the guy in the because I'm just like, oh great, what's gonna happen? Holy crap!
Dude, let me tell you this right now. I'm not spoiling anything for the episode, but all right. So the other night, I knew I've known since like last August what I wanted. Like I was this challenge for the next episode, and then this and this are gonna happen. But then the other night, I was trying to think of more things to put in the episode. There's gonna be so much shit in this episode because the cold open for this episode is gonna be fucking like
Really long.
it. I don't know if I'd say like 10 minutes long, but there's gonna be a lot of stuff packed into the cold open.
Okay.
And like anybody who's like watching in the premiere is gonna be like, dude, what the fuck is that? What is happening? And I am very much like all right, there's the cold open. Like 4 different things happen. There's like 4 scenes within the cold open, and then another scene. The challenge has a bunch of scenes that post challenge. Post challenge is actually kind of, and then there's the elimination, and then the end of the episode is I came up with another idea for the end of the episode, and I was like, oh, good, this is good. Write that down. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff.
All right. Well, we're certainly going to be looking forward to that.
And if it's disappointing, then you can contact my lawyers.
We will certainly do so. All right. I think now it's time for us to turn to the big portion of this episode.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about this, just a bit of, I guess a bit of a caution before we go into this. We're not going to mention any names in this video, or in this part. We're going to try to keep this as respectful and as
ambiguous as possible.
Yes.
We're not doing this to attack anyone. We're just doing this to address the situation and voice our thoughts on what's.
Yes.
So do you guys want to introduce the situation, or should I do it?
I think you should do it. I mean, it is your.
It's surrounding you. I think it's best if you do it.
So, here's what's going on. Yes, I did kill someone. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
I knew it.
You're the one who kills Carablast's cellmate.
Doing
Yeah,
do
exactly.
the Bergmite voice and say, I knew it.
Berg might break
Knew
through
it.
the glass. But yeah, so as pretty, I would say pretty much everybody, community, knows at this point. If you don't, you might either be like you just joined the community, you don't like know who everyone is yet, or maybe you live under a rock. I don't know. But,
That's me. What? Oh.
Hell yeah. So my show is The Island Strikes Back. It is season 2 of my Total Pokemon Island. Season 1 ran from October 2015 to May of 2018, and Island Strikes Back is going from June 2018 to present day. Recently, and I believe this started about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago.
Something like that.
It was brought to my attention by someone else in the community, one of all of our friends, that there was a show that was, when I first saw it, I didn't know what to make of it because it used a lot of things from both of my, and
Both the hosts, because you cut out a little there.
Yeah, sorry.
Both of my scenes. And when I first watched the video, I was a little confused at first because I was like, what is this? Like, is this supposed to be like a parody? Is this guy making fun of me? Like, what is going on? And then more, and I think there's 5 episodes of this quote unquote show out right now, and each one goes further and further to use elements of both of my shows. And the way, when I'm phrasing it like that, it probably doesn't sound too bad. Like, oh, somebody used like an event wheel or something like that.
Like inspiration.
Yeah,
That's fine, and that would be fine.
That would be fine.
There's nothing wrong with inspiration.
Absolutely, that would be 100% fine. My fucking intro for The Island Strikes Back is inspired from the Abandoned intro.
Yep.
Like, so if it was just like a little bit of inspiration sprinkled in here, sprinkled in there, I would be absolutely fine with it, because that just means that somebody likes my show enough to be like, hey, I want to do something like that. But that's not the case. In reality, the case is more of blatant plagiarism. Is the only way that I can describe it at this point, because there are characters that are stolen. I mean, at this point, I think I have to use the word stolen. Characters that are stolen, lines that are stolen, entire scenes that are stolen. And a lot of it is like, there's no way. Like, I'm watching this and I'm saying there's no way that's absolutely. A perfect example is, I think this was episode 3 of The Island Strikes Back. There was a scene in which Smeargle is talking to Heracross, says, hey, Heracross, do you have any grab-on-Ds? Heracross says, what's that mean? And then Smeargle says, grab-on-Ds nuts, and there's like the meme air horn in the background. and then he's like, oh, check this out. And then more and more people start walking up, and he's getting them with the same exact joke. And then Shinx walks up. R.I.P. Shinx. And then Shinx walks up, and he goes to get her with the prank. She already knows it, and then she like roasts him back and then leaves. And then he finishes the scene by saying, I think I'm in love. And then end scene. Which I thought that was a pretty funny scene when I wrote that. And so I'm watching this quote show, and there is a Smeargle on that show, and there's a Heracross on that show. And there is a scene in which a Smeargle says to a Heracross, hey, do you have any grab-on-Ds? And I'm saying to myself, I pause the video and I say, stop right there. No fucking way. That is not a coincidence. It can't be. It's impossible. Another example is, as anyone who has seen The Island Strikes Back knows, there in the intro, every contestant comes up, and there's a little nickname attached to them, and some of them are a little vague, like Lytton, the Dreamer, and Bidoof, the sidekick, and stuff like that. And some of those ones are used in this other show, and for those ones, I would kind of be like, well, I mean, I guess that could be a coincidence. Like the Dreamer is a pretty vague thing to say. But then you get something like Pikachu, the one-man band. Stop right there. So you're telling me that I have a Pikachu on my show who's I almost said a magician, who's a musician and is called the one-man band. And this other individual also has a Pikachu on their show who is a musician who is called the one-man band. That seems like it wouldn't be a coincidence.
That's absolutely not a coincidence.
It seems too specific.
Another
Another example, which is funny because in my last episode, we know the backstory between them. Mime Jr., the strategist, that is way too specific. Like, what? And so it's things like that I'm watching it and I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, what is happening here? Like, the first time I saw it, I was just flabbergasted, to say the least, because I was like, why would someone do this? Like, there is no point to remake something that has already been made.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm watching this and I'm just confused. I'm scratching my head. I'm going, what is? And it's entire scenes and lines, characters. The host and chef are the exact same. So you're telling me, stop right there. So you're telling me there's 800 plus Pokemon, and you pick a Slowking for your host, and pick a Bronzong for your chef. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Like, if it's only one of the two, that's fine.
Yeah, if it was like a chef Slowking, and then like, I don't know, like a Scizor for a host or something like that, then I'd be like, yeah, whatever, no problem. But
like the same combination, the same
exactly.
art.
Exactly.
Even
And
if
so,
it was Bronzong the host and Slowking the chef, even then you'd be like,
that would be a little bit of a stretch, but I'd still be like, well, it's at least a little different.
right.
And yeah, so I guess I'll let you guys hop in.
Personally, I am not really a fan of this kind of community drama myself, but at this point, this is just straight up plagiarism, and there's too many. There's a point where coincidences stop being coincidences and they become trends, and I definitely believe in that, and definitely, I'm not a fan of people like I don't understand why this person would go out of their way to copy you, which I do think there is a reason, and I have my my reason why I think what I think is going on and why this is how it is. I'm not going to go into what my opinion of this person is and what I think of them, because I don't want to say anything, I guess, a little too off key. But I will say this: what he's doing, or what he or she is doing, is not cool. I don't think it is something that should be a thing, and I definitely think that they are a little misguided in a way. However, I do not condone any sort of like harassment or any sort of I guess just I guess an angry mob against this person, because honestly that's just I wouldn't do that to that person, because there's reasons that I can't get into, but I think this is just fellow human decency at this point.
Yeah.
Let's not form let's build bridges. Let's not burn them.
Yeah, if I could interject for a moment, we don't want, like, I'm sure a lot of people know who we're talking about when we, again, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are up to date with what's going on, but for those of you who don't know, or you find out who this person is, we don't want their comments to be filled with, oh, you're a horrible person for copying sarcastic Slowking, or what you're doing isn't right, or even going a step further and being like, you should just go die. Like, don't do that. Absolutely.
Especially not that one.
Yeah, especially not that one. At the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all people. I mean, this person seems like a nice person. I mean, what they're doing is not right. But at the end of the day, it's just an online show about Pokemon. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a giant crime that we should completely attack this person for.
Absolutely.
Even if it isn't right. Which having said that, this is what he's doing is not, like, I just look at that and I'm like, really? That's
The
like,
best thing to do is just leave it alone.
Yeah, the best thing to do is we're just here to address the situation. Like, if you want to go watch his videos, you can. I'm not going to stop you guys from doing that. But, like, don't comment, or, like, don't harass this person with angry comments.
Yeah, because, like, especially, like, sprinting over to their comments and berating every single one of their videos, that's only going to make it worse.
Right.
Like, in that situation, it only gets worse before it gets better. And so I do feel like that's why I have been in this, like, weird kind of spot since this was brought to my attention, because, like, first glance, immediately, like, when I first watched the video, I was like, oh yeah, I should comment and be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, man? This is my stuff. But you do a little research, and then you look a little deeper into you know, what is actually going on, like, who is this person. And once I did that, I was like, all right, I shouldn't do that, and I know exactly what Bayo was referring to. I also will not say, just because for confidentiality, but yeah, I guess I would say I still am in a weird spot, because it's like, it is my stuff that's being plagiarized, but I don't feel like there is, like, a good way to go about kind of addressing it to this person. I feel like that could only end poorly, and so that's why, while this has been going on, I've been very quiet about it. Like, I would watch the videos. Don't get me wrong, I'd watch the videos, and just to, like, see what is going on. And it's I don't know, like, and this is exactly why we're not person's name, we're not, you know, saying this or that, because none of us are trying.
It's not what's important either. It's not what's important.
Exactly.
Right.
And none of us are trying to attack this person. None of us are trying to, you know, try to give this person a bad name just because of this. Like, they could be the nicest person on the face of the earth, for all we know, because we don't know that. And until I am given evidence that that's not the case, then that's what I'll do. So, like, I'm not going to assume anything about this person, and I'm just going to assume that, yes, they are a little misguided, and they really don't know that what they're doing is not, like, not cool. Like, for all I know, like, they could have seen my show and been like, this is the coolest thing ever, I want to do something just like that. And then it just ended up being, like, rehashed.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, like, please don't, because obviously a lot of people are going to already know what's going on and who we're talking about. Don't hate on this person in their comments. They really don't need that or deserve that, I think, because at the end of the day, it's like Jake said, it's just a YouTube show, man. It's just a show about Pokemon. It's not a huge deal. Here's what I will say, though. If this was a situation where this was my job, this is something I'm making money off of doing. I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into creating this content, and then somebody is plagiarizing it, and God forbid they were also making money off of the same thing that I was doing, then
more serious.
Yeah, exactly. That's when I would want to step in and be like, this is mine, right here. But obviously, I'm not making money off of it. I'm not. It's not my job. It's here. So, it's just Pokemon. It's just Pokemon. It's not a huge.
Absolutely, I agree. At the end of the day, it is just it's a fucking show with Pokemon sprites and a PowerPoint. Who the fuck cares?
It's just YouTube. It's just YouTube.
It's just YouTube.
It's like
at the end of the day, it's fun, man. It's just for fun, and that's the bottom line. Really, it's just for fun, and I have fun making my show. You two have fun making your shows, and I'm sure this person has fun making my show. If they're having fun, dude, I don't care.
Exactly, and I think that's exactly how it should be. You know,
if I could interject for just a second, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I was trying to interject a second ago. Going back to what you said, how this guy probably thought your show was the greatest version he had seen. I mean,
He's never seen Abandoned.
I'm sorry.
I said clearly he's never seen Abandoned.
He's also never seen the Zombie Expedition.
Also never seen Back to the Past, or Back to the Past.
Wait, did you say the Zombie Expedition?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Zombie Exposition. I for a second I thought I was saying your title.
No, I was talking about this is an in joke. Y'all will find out what that means soon enough.
Oh, you gonna learn today?
Yeah, y'all gonna figure it out. Y'all gonna find out.
Anyway,
you were saying.
If there is some sort of silver lining to come from this, I mean, you should take this as some form of flattery, at least a little bit.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like, this is going to seem like a really weird example, but like when you get famous and you find that you have a stalker or something, like it's terrifying. It's terrifying, and you don't want anything to do with it, but in the back of your mind, you're like, wow, I'm that important that I have a stalker. Like obviously you want him gone, but you're also like, it's touching in a weird sort of way.
I was going to say if you had a kid and then your kid starts copying what you do, but and that works too.
That works. You know what? That works too. I just went with a really weird... I went with a weird way of saying it, so sorry.
I mean, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I think one message I want to say is let's just all have fun. If this is what this guy wants to do, you know what? Props to him. If nothing else, maybe he'll look back in however many years from now and laugh at it like, oh wow, I did this.
Yeah.
Wow, I just completely ripped someone off. Oh well, you live and you learn. And
he's a famous actor now, or famous whatever. Like, wow.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I could have easily taken over everything.
Absolutely. So just think about what you would say and how it would affect, because this person has their own mindset, they have their own goals, they have their own feelings. And just one thing I will say to this community, think about how they would feel about this fucking shit. I'm not saying. I mean, I've known this community to be very have kind of a mob mentality. I'm not gonna drop any more names, but there was an event in the past that I was not a fan of. I didn't want anything to do with, and in general, I thought was just absolutely just not the right way to go about something. And it's happened on several communities I've been in, and I don't condone it. I thought it was just absolutely disgusting, and I never want to see it happen again. So that's my stance. Don't let the event that happened before, I don't want that to happen again.
Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And I think here's another point that I want to make clear. And this is less about this person in general and more about our friends in the community. who we are friends with and who we have become friends with because of this TPI that we find ourselves in. I am all for jokes, memes, what have you. The only thing that I will say about the jokes, memes, is let's keep them fun, let's keep them playful. Let's like we do have like a joke in the community right now about Telly's top 10 TPI list that's going to be out later this year, and the meme is that like Island Strikes Back will get second, and then this person's interpretation of my show will get first, which I think is hilarious. I think jokes like that, I think those are funny, because they are, they're just fun. They're just funny little pokes and jabs, and they're playful and all that. So let's just keep it like that. Let's not veer off the side of the road into full on
bullying,
shit talking, and like jokes that are just plain mean. Because basically, long story short, the aspects of this individual that I'm not gonna say, and Bayo didn't want to say either. I think, or I would assume that other people in the community are aware of those. So what I don't want to see is people, instead of just joking and like making jokes and poking fun a little bit, I don't want to see people who are my friends start attacking this person and talking shit about who they are and their character and like things about them that obviously say and all that. So basically, it's all fun and games. We're all just a big group of friends in this TPI community. So let's all be friends. Let's all have fun.
Why can't we be friends?
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't make hate, make love. That sounds weird, but just go with it.
I don't think I'm going to make love to this person, but
wouldn't expect you to. Well,
but let's not veer off into hate. If they keep, which I'm assuming they're gonna keep posting these episodes that are interpretations of my content. If/when they keep doing that, I honestly couldn't care less, man. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I think and this might sound a little selfish on my part. I think where I would draw the line is if they were doing exactly what I was doing, only better. But that is not the case, and so I don't care. I don't care. At the end of the day, like nobody really, like, people aren't like coming up to me on the street and asking, "Oh, what do you think of this? Like, have you seen this?" And it's like what am I supposed to say? It's like, it's at the end of the day, it's not hurting me. It's not attacking my character. It's not disparaging my brand or anything like that. So, fuck it. I don't care. He can do whatever he wants, as long as he's nice.
Like, he's not hurting anyone.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line.
absolutely.
But I do think that this does kind of this is just like a small microcosm of the issue as a whole, which is that, plain and simple, plagiarism is bad. Okay?
Absolutely.
There is no reason why you should plagiarize. It's almost, and I'm gonna kind of exclude this individual that we were just talking about from what I'm about to say. It's almost like it's kind of a waste of your time, if you think about it, because you're creating something, quote unquote creating, that has already been created, and everybody's gonna know that it has already been created, and people are gonna notice that you are very clearly copying this. So it feels to me just so unnecessary that you'd be wasting your time, and like I don't know any logical reason why plagiarism would be okay.
Well spoken. Well said. Well said, rather.
You wouldn't, let me put it this way. You wouldn't come up with a super good pilot for a TV show, and you write all these lines and all these characters and all these funny moments, and then you pitch it to a TV studio. Then they take one look at it. They say, "This is the script for the first episode of Friends," and you say, "No, it's not. It's my show, Pals."
I was gonna say comrades, but
I was gonna go with
Comrades.
Amigos, but no, this is my show, Pal. They're like, no, this is legit word for word the first episode of Friends. You're like, no, it's my show. Like you wouldn't do that. So why do this? You know what I mean?
Pretty much. I guess there's
I think that pretty much covers.
absolutely.
Everything.
I mean, there
This
really is.
video was mainly just made just so we could address the elephant in the room, so we could talk, because I know this has been on a lot of people's minds, and just so you could get our perspectives on the situation, especially Matt's.
Yeah. This is also the first time that I've, I guess I'd say, went public with my thoughts. So yeah. Now you know my thoughts.
That's fair enough.
We voiced our thoughts, and one more reminder, just to really drive this home, because we're absolutely serious on this. Please do not go after this person. Don't storm the comments. Don't send threats. Don't do any of that.
If you learn nothing else from this video, all I'm asking is that you don't attack this person.
Just leave him alone.
Let him do his thing, and who gives a fuck?
Just
Don't
go about your
attack
day.
him. Yeah, you're going about your day as normal, and he's going about his day as normal, and that's what I'm gonna do, and I encourage all of you to do the same. Let's keep it fun. Let's have fun.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we're doing. That's why we all started this, and that's how we're gonna end it, having fun.
Well spoken.
Mhm.
I think that covers it. Thank you so much for tuning in for this very special of the Campfire Society.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yes.
Yes.
That too. We do have a lot of more episodes in the bank, but we're going to get this one out.
This
This is
one's
our
going to be
top
out of
four.
order. This will be the actual. This is going to be like, what, episode 8 at this point? But really, it's going to be uploaded as episode 5.
Or it could be a little bonus episode.
Yeah, or a PSA episode. It's our
Yeah.
Saturday morning PSA.
Right. We need to get this out, of course, while the topic's still relevant.
Yes. This
But-
is
You gotta
very much.
strike while the iron is hot.
And just one more quick note, just to throw that out there. You'll hear us in the episodes we already have recorded. We're talking about what our thoughts were on earlier episodes of our respective shows. So if you hear us talk about episode 10 of Matt's show in a few episodes, when we just talked about episode 12, it'll be a little out of order. Sorry about that, but just we've thought it best to just get this out as soon as possible. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Absolutely.
Okay, that covers it.
Alrighty.
This has been another episode of the Campfire Society. I'm 239MI,
Pancakes 98.
Sarcastic Slow King.
and we will see you next time.